The following segment is sponsored by Uplift Families. If you are the parent of a special needs child, Ardice is here to share tips on how you can best nurture a connection with your child. Welcome, Ardice. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're so pleased to have you. Can you share a little bit about what your daughter's story is specifically?
Yeah, absolutely. So my sweet daughter, it took us almost 10 years of infertility treatment to finally get her. And when we got her, we, of course, were overjoyed. And about 6 months old, though, she started missing all her key developmental milestones. She wasn't sitting up. She wasn't rolling over. She couldn't hold her head up. And so we just knew something was going on. I remember just literally crying that whole week long, just thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to help her?
Right.
And I drove by a schoolyard and I saw a sweet child swinging on a swing. And I just thought, will my child ever even be able to do that simple, joyful act of swinging on a swing? And so we knew she needed help. And we knew too, as we've gone through this journey with her, because I like to say it really is her journey and we just get to be a part of it.
I love that. I love that perspective.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful way of looking at it.
Yes, and she really is our greatest teacher. She teaches us all of the things, the best things of life are chocolate ice cream and just being loved. So good things.
Those are all good things.
Yes.
That's incredible. I love that. I went through IVF as well, so it's such a tough experience, but you have such a beautiful outlook on it.
Yeah.
As a parent, where do you start when you first recognize that your child might have some special needs? Can you give us some tips? Or?
Yes, that is a great question. I think a good place to start is to have a team, to have a really good team support team. And I like to call it the home team and the professional team, right? So the home team are those people that are in your community, your family, your friends, that you can trust, that are good listeners, because you really need that. Someone to bounce ideas out, you know, when you need challenges and you're trying to do the best you can for your child. So I say, try to find that core home team. And then that professional team, the great place to start is really to go to your pediatrician and ask your pediatrician, what does this child need? Maybe speech therapy, maybe physical therapy, maybe a specialized physician or a combination. So really gather that key team that you need.
Absolutely. And can you tell me some ways that you can find a special connection or foster that special connection with your special needs child?
Yes, that's a great question as well. I know often as parents we want to find that connection, and with special needs it might be challenging when they're not communicating or they might have physical limitations. So I always say observe what they like to do, what brings them joy, and just step back and kind of observe their, you know, play and what they enjoy. I always like to take my daughter outside. I would pick her up and put a blanket out and lay her out, and she just lay there and took in the sun. And she loved listening to the birds singing. And then slowly I'm out there with her too and starting to pull weeds, and she's starting to pull grass, and we ended up just gardening together. So it's really like our fun little time outside together. And so that's the way that, one of the ways we connect is by gardening, my sweet daughter and I.
I absolutely love that story. That is such an incredible experience that you guys get to share. And I assume that that's one of those tips that you would give for parents of special needs children, just to really embrace that time together.
Yes, maybe it's reading a book, something very simple, but find that special time together.
That's incredible, Ardice. Thank you so much for coming in. We so appreciate it.
Yes, well, thank you. You can find out more information from upliftfamilies.org. They've got their resources there, and you'll find our articles listed there in their parent resource and also our tips on upliftfamilies.org.
Wonderful, Ardice. Thank you so much. And that website is on your screen.